Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Today's episode of The Mike O'Mara Show is brought to you by our bonus packages. Please go to MikeO'MaraShow.com and click on the bonus banner. You'll get access to all of our bonus content, and even better, you'll be helping out TMOS. So please quit sucking, and we thank you.
Available on demand every day in iTunes and the Google Play Store, and around the world on MikeO'MaraShow.com. What more can we do for you? It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
At long last, the day has come. It is a special day on the Mike O'Mara Show. By the way, thanks to everybody that put the little clips of our YouTube presentation when I walked off the show when I thought Oscar really wasn't shaking his head yesterday. That was mighty informative for me because I don't see it. I don't see it. And I don't go back and listen to the whole show or watch the whole show very often. But so when you put those little clips up, I encourage people in our listening audience to take clips of the show and
spread
put
the
them
word.
up at all times. Little blurbs that you bless you, Oscar.
Thank you.
Little blurbs that you enjoy. I would love to see that. But the fact is, there it is. I said it again.
That's fine.
In the history of the show, if you go back a few months, there was a bet due to Oscar Santana's propensity for being late to the show.
Tardiness, Mike. Tardiness.
Mike O'Mara's disregard for other people's time.
Yes. What? Anyway, so it came. I think you brought it up, right? How did the bet start? I don't remember.
You had constantly been fixing the printer during the beginning of the show or whatever you were doing.
Well, no, actually, I believe as the unofficial,
that's not accurate at all.
The unofficial historian of the show. Here's how it went down.
Please.
It was in April, and Oscar came in
a long time ago.
You
Yes.
were the bet master.
Oscar came in a little bit late, and you said, "This is ridiculous. I'm tired of this. This has been an ongoing thing since the podcast started. You have been tardy." And Oscar says, "I could be on time." And you said, "Then why aren't you on time?" And it bandied back and forth. And then Oscar even said, "Well, it's not like you're on time every day." And you said, "Well, I have a much better record at it than you." And so you said, "Aha, a bet." And the bet was starting April 15th for 3 months, when one of you would be late, not in your chair, by 9 a.m.
What were the parameters?
And then it could be a prearranged lateness.
Okay.
If you had a 1 day's notice.
Yes.
If it was an altered
By the way,
start
we're
time.
starting the show. If you're a live listener, we're starting the show about a half an hour late today. But that's just some technical stuff that we've been working on all week. It's been a very long week for the show behind the scenes. So be aware of that. That had nothing to. We were all here doing this. And by the way, the day that he came in late and the bet would have to be paid, all bets are off.
That's
he can
right.
come in late again if he wants.
Yeah.
But I don't want him to. And I can fix the printer if I want, but I don't want to.
I think,
like to.
well, Mike, sometimes it's not a question of wanting to do that.
No, it's not.
Sometimes
You don't wanna
it
do a
is
show-
very necessary.
You don't want to do a show with a printer that needs to be fixed.
Oh,
No.
no. If you
I
have an
try.
urge to fix the printer,
Rare is the show that I've done in that
You don't want to
situation.
take off with a heavy load.
no.
No, I
When
so
you're
you might not make it off the runway.
when paper tray 2 is full, sometimes it's too full.
No, then you get a printer jam.
Exactly. You don't want that. And
You
actually,
don't want a printer jam. If you don't empty that, if you don't fix that printer when it's supposed to be fixed, you get a paper. Enough with the printer jokes.
Although,
Jesus
I
Christ.
must say-
He'll do none. No, you're not getting another one. You're not getting another
no,
one.
it's not a joke.
You're not
It's
getting
a
another
sidelight.
joke.
It's a sidelight. I just enjoyed explaining the whole phrase to Chris Freitz yesterday.
Oh, okay. The printer.
He
Yes,
had it.
fixing the
He
printer.
was, you know what, for a CNN journalist, he was very, very pleased with it.
Yeah, well, he likes that kind of humor.
He
That's
does.
why. By the way, a note about political persuasion.
Yes.
We had a killer show yesterday.
Really
yeah.
great.
I urge everybody, I don't do this enough, and I'm going to continue to do it. I want to let everybody know that Political Persuasions is a little political show we do every week. We had former Congressman Steve Israel on the show. He's written a novel. He's a novelist now, and he's written a fiction book about lobbying for the gun lobby in Washington called Big Guns, and he comes on the show. And it was the first time that Chris and I did the two-man interview, and it really came off beautifully. Chris would ask a very knowledgeable and wonky question about his, with his knowledge of the Hill and the people that Congressman Israel knows, and I would be like, "You ever want to go back and do it again?" So it was, it was that kind of, because I bring a layman's innocence.
Yeah.
It's
a
the
nice way
magic.
of
It's
saying
not
that.
the magic of the show.
That's the beauty of it. You've
Yeah.
got a shock jock and a pundit, essentially, on the
Thanks.
program.
It's shock.
Which is which again?
Hey, hey, Steve Israel, you get laid up on the hill, a lot? Did you do that?
Did
No,
you
but
ever beat a woman with a fish?
God.
His book has a character, a lobbyist character in
Right.
it, that is a turbo hottie who works for the gun lobby. And I asked, I think a very respectful way, I brought this up on the show, and I asked Congressman Israel if there was ever any lobbyists that came through his door that might have been, because the ones that I knew, and when I lived in D.C., and I used to play golf at the She Country Club, that it was just chock full of lobbyists. You couldn't spit without hitting one of them.
Were they working their work and doing deals on the course?
Oh, absolutely. But they were all. Here's what I remember about these guys. They all seemed taller than they should be. They were all big guys. They were glad-handers, and they were slicky boys.
Sure.
They were all. A lot of them were lawyers, and a lot of them were slicky boys.
Power
and they
brokers.
They worked for various, think tanks and causes and associations and all that. And I remember that. I didn't remember the character like he had in his book of this very, very vivacious, beautiful woman who's a lobby. So I kind of asked him about that, and. Probably inappropriate, but
it might have been my favorite. Might have been my favorite part of the interview.
If you don't ask that, Mike, who else is going to ask it?
Well, that's right. And then we learned a lot. We learned a lot about politics, and it's a learning thing, and you have fun doing it. You listen to political persuasions, and I think, like me, you will come away more knowledgeable than you.
Also,
I agree.
A side light is when we were lighting Chris Freight's.
Yes,
it's like when someone's made for TV.
Oh, my God. It looked like he was in a motion picture yesterday.
Have you seen that video?
Yeah, he's got he knows how to be TV ready.
Yeah.
Me up here, I mean, look at the shirt on.
I mean, you're not even sitting up straight right now. It's the whole thing.
I'm sitting up as straight as I'm capable.
Are you fighting some scoliosis?
Yes. Now, but here is the deal with the bet, because there are a lot of people.
Yes.
I know the listeners of mine that have been with me for years. There are many of you out there that are going, all right, shut up and get to the stunt. It's not a stunt, but it is a legitimate head shaving. We haven't had
time
that
to pay the piper.
in a long time on the show. Oscar was late one day.
Yes.
He agreed to pay off the bet.
Yes.
Yesterday we had a momentary glitch.
I tried to pay the bet off on Wednesday.
All right, here's where I want your honest answer.
Yes.
Because going back and looking at that clip, I know you probably thought it was inevitable you would have to pay off the bet, but you are not. You're not. You have been delaying this because you're not looking forward to this at all.
Mike, I can't.
I'd like to know your innermost thoughts of what
my
you
innermost
really.
The inner
thoughts
cookie.
are, and quite frankly,
'cause I think I can guess.
I'd like to tell the wonderful people on Facebook.
Yeah.
What is our fan club?
Sure.
To politely fuck off, because the clip you saw is a portion of what we discussed and talked about. No, of course, nobody wants to shave their head, right?
Yeah. Right.
But
And we should notice that I should note this: when he said that horrible word, he did air quotes.
Yes.
That should soften. If you're just listening on audio, you're not going to have seen the air quotes. So we know what that was. That was not a real F off. That was just delightful ribbing.
so my from day one, I came in from vacation prepared. I said, I have a barber.
Yes.
My barber will not cut me. They will take care of me. It'll be fine. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And then you said, that's not okay. And you got another barber. I came in ready to go the next day.
True enough.
The next day, ready to go. Today, ready to go. Nothing has changed.
I know. It's been an Oscar. We won't go into great detail, but it has been a week.
Yeah,
and
by the way,
it's been a week for all three of us.
I thought we did pretty good for a guy who hadn't slept for 24 hours.
Yeah, and I thought the show was very good.
We had a lot of fun.
I did 2 shows yesterday, and I'll tell you, both of them I had a blast doing.
Yeah.
And I look forward to coming here, but it has been what I would describe as a week.
This is probably, for me personally, this has nothing to do with the head shaving.
Right.
The worst week I've ever had with this show. The worst week.
Well, that changes today.
I'm right behind you. Mm-hmm. How about you, Rob?
I've had a wonderful week.
God. With that said, let's bring in our
Let's
barber.
do this.
I also air quotes when I said that. Wonderful week.
Yeah.
Here he comes.
Let's bring in Antonio from Figaro Barbershop, who is going to be doing the duty today. And let's find out about Antonio and the barbers. And just give me the thumbs up when he's ready to talk to me. And,
He's ready.
He's ready.
Antonio, how are you, my friend?
Very good, very good.
Antonio, you got to get right up on
Right
him,
on
like
it.
you're gonna kiss it almost, so you can hear you. And you got to talk like you're on a Bluetooth, so he can get past the gate.
Okay.
Okay.
If he knows it. Antonio, you are from Italy, my friend?
Yes, I'm from Rome, and I've been here almost 10 years.
10 years. How and you work at Figaro Barbershop. Are there any other Italian barbers at Figaro?
No, I'm the only one with Vespa going around the city.
Oh,
to serve
okay.
the
So
community.
He has a Vespa that rolls around as a Vespa barbershop.
where did you're so this is what? Excuse me, a Vespa? Like on a
He
scooter?
scoots around the city and gives power brokers beard trims and haircuts.
So you work primarily not in a barbershop. You work like in different offices and things like that.
Yes, I'm fully mobile. I just gave up on barbershop.
He's a
Oh, so you
concierge.
are you a sole proprietor then?
Yes, I like to say I come from the future.
Oh, that's what he sounds
He's
like.
the
It's just
Uber,
like
the Uber of
Andreas. That's
the
wonderful.
Uber of haircuts.
So you go. Have there been any famous people that you have trimmed or shaved?
I have my customers clientele is very various. So I cut from the student to the star.
Wow.
Oh, the student to the star.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you realize you're cutting on a star
Yes.
today, right?
And they'll be
Of course, I was
and
very happy to be here.
as far as the haircut today, we won't be needing that for some time. But the beard trim, we can talk about that in a long-term arrangement. 'Cause
That's
if they come
wonderful.
to you, Mike, you don't have to go to them.
It's true.
Rob, the services of Antonio, are they being provided for an arrangement? Because if they are, I will give him his commercial.
They
now.
are not.
Ah, okay,
We are paying
Antonio.
retail.
Yes.
Oh, we're paying retail.
Yes.
Then I won't give you any more.
That means
plugs.
he'll do a good job.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's we're looking forward to that. Antonio, and you do this exclusively around Washington D.C. on your Vespa. And how long have you been a mobile barber?
That's been already 3 years that I'm doing this, and I really love it. I like to bring the luxury of the Italian hairstyling to everyday Washingtonians.
It's wonderful.
And I love it.
Yeah.
I
Are
love
you
it.
He's
are you a
happy.
married man, Antonio?
Yes.
Do you have any children? Of course you do.
No, not yet.
No children yet. Wow. Okay. I'm sorry. That was a stereotype that I had. The Irish and the Italians. I figure rabbits. Rabbits.
Actually,
your-
my wife
is your-
is Irish. Yes. I mean,
Oh, your
Irish-
wife is Irish.
Irish
Ooh.
background. Yes.
Oh, do you fight?
Sometimes.
Yes,
we
of
have.
course. Yes.
Mike,
I've known,
Mike is Irish.
I've known
He
those.
likes to
I've
fight.
known those couples. Irish and Italian couples.
Well, the
That's,
good thing
that's
we
it.
know is that when they do have children, they won't ever make them feel guilty.
It won't be at all.
The Italian guilt, Latin guilt.
Yeah,
Antonio, we have an intern, Andrea, who is from Italy as well, and he is very, very obsessed with food. I'm curious if you are as well.
Yes, that's why I cook every day.
Oh, wow.
Every day. Oh, well, wonderful. Do you have a specialty that you like to cook, Antonio?
Well, I cook pretty much everything, and I eat pasta every day. Pasta.
just like Andrea, doesn't he?
Yes.
He
Some
does.
sort of surprise to me like that.
Their accents are similar, almost as if they come from the same land.
Now, Andrea, as far as the instructions today, you realize that you will be cutting Oscar's hair and then shaving it to the bone.
Yes.
You're aware of that because this is a head shaving. Or Oscar, I would if you wanted to go with the
Clippers?
the Statham guy,
Jason Statham, yes.
Yeah, that if all the hair comes off, that's but I like the idea of the smooth,
Well, as-
bald head.
As
discussed.
As discussed, and as a head shaved person myself, what I suggested best for the radio is first a clipper treatment and then an electric shaver on his head. Because then we can hear it, and it will also still bring it to...
the
Yes,
shaving cream with
yes.
the razor.
Yeah, as long as this is from day one, I just don't want to be cut.
He
That's
does
all
not
I
want to
care.
be cut.
That's
All right,
the one
so,
thing that's
but,
freaked
but,
me out.
But the head shaving is a head
yeah,
shaving.
Yes.
you will
Oh,
see.
you will see
see
skin.
lots of skin.
Okay. So
And can I get a beard?
Let me hold on, conjurers.
Excuse
what was that?
me.
Yes, Shannon.
Do not take a razor to that man's head.
All right. Well, first of all, Peach, who asked you to come on the show?
For
right
the love
away?
of God, I will come in there and I will cut someone.
Well,
is
that's
going
what you
on?
don't
What?
want.
Shannon, you're not allowed to talk. Somebody take the mic away from her.
No.
She's in the control room. She's
Yeah.
in
She
the
is.
control room.
Don't tell me
She's
what
a-
to do.
Oh,
She's in the
God.
control room like
Jesus
that.
Christ.
All right. Well, we've met Antonio. Antonio, prepare your tools during the commercial break. When we come back, yes, Oscar.
When
yes,
he's
Jesus.
done-
So now I just want to get this over
Can he
with.
trim my beard since he's here?
He can do whatever you
Yes.
want after he shaves your head
Thank
with
you.
a razor.
Got it.
No.
We can do this. Yeah, that's the bet. Sorry, peach. Anyway, so we're going to.
Let's do it.
You know what? When we're done, his head is going to look like a peach.
That's absolutely.
You got it.
You've earned it.
No, not really, because peaches have fuzzes on it.
A peeled peach.
Thank you. We will get the tools out. I want this just over. This is adding stress to my life, but I don't know why I'm stressing about it. Antonio, get ready. We will take a break. We will start the show, and we will have this goddamn head shaving right after the break. Thank you.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Let's get down to business.
From the entertainment capital of the world.
All right, listen up, y'all. I'm y'all substitute teacher, Mr. Garvey. I taught school for 20 years in the inner city, so don't even think about messing with me. Let's take a roll here. Jay Quellen. Where's Jay Quellen at? No Jay Quellen here?
Do you mean Jacqueline?
Okay, so that's how it's gonna be. Y'all wanna play. Okay, then. I've got my eye on you, Jay Quellen. Balake. Where is Balake at? Yes, sir.
My name's Blake.
Are you out of your goddamn mind? Blake. Do you want to go to war, Balake?
No.
Because we could go to war.
No.
I'm for real, so you better check yourself. D-Nice. Is there a D-Nice?
Do you mean Denise?
Son of a bitch. You say your name right now.
Denise?
Say it right.
Denise.
Correctly.
Denise.
Right.
Denise.
Right.
D-Nice?
That's better. Thank you. Now, A.A. Ron. Where is A.A. Ron right now? No A.A. Ron, huh? Well, you better be sick, dead, or mute, A.A. Ron.
Here? Oh, man.
Why didn't you answer me the first time I said it, huh?
Huh?
I'm just asking you. I said it like 4 times. So why didn't you say it the first time I said A.A. Ron?
Because it's pronounced Aaron?
Son of a bitch! You done messed up, A.A. Ron. Now take your ass on down to Oshag Hennessy's office right now and tell him exactly what you did.
Who?
Oshag Hennessy.
Principal O'Shaughnessy?
Get out of my goddamn classroom before I break my foot off in your ass. Insubordinate and churlish. Timothy.
Present.
Thank you.
This is Wade Byard, the Public Information Officer for Loudoun County Public Schools. The Mike O'Mara Show has decided to start now. Please make all necessary arrangements to listen. This is the Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara, Rob Spiewak, and Oscar Santana. And now, without further delay, here's Mike O'Mara.
I'm starting to shave the head. You know that.
No, they
He had
weren't.
the clippers behind him. He did.
No,
Look
he
like
was
it.
telling me how he was going to start it, so I was prepared
All right.
because I can't see
Love
him.
all that on the air. From our nation's capital.
You're not going to hear it, unfortunately.
Washington, D.C., the Podcast Village Studios. Welcome to the Mike O'Mara Show.
Can I get some earbuds in here?
I really feel like I just got out of AU. The Mike O'Mara Show, or TMOS to our friends, is a worldwide radio show and podcast with a loyal following of listeners who get it. If you're listening right now, you do too. TMOS is always ready to hear from you with our weekly mailbag and our wide-open Wednesday phone calls. Our show is interactive, and we love our audience participation, so please let us hear from you. All over the world, the Mike O'Mara Show is on now. Brought to you by Filter Easy. When was the last time you changed your home air filter? I bet it's been a while, and you're supposed to do it at the minimum 4 times a year, and even more often if you have pets. That's why you need Filter Easy. Brand new air filters delivered right to your door. When a new air filter comes to your home, it's a physical reminder to change it right on schedule. No more forgetting, and you don't have to worry about the hassle of storing extras. The Environmental Protection Agency ranks poor indoor air quality as one of the top 5 environmental health risks. In fact, indoor air can be 2 to 5 times more polluted than outdoor air. Be safe. Clinical studies show that air filters sufficiently reduce indoor air pollution, resulting in better breathing and preventing disease progression. Filter Easy is a convenient subscription service for something you actually need. It's a no-brainer solution. That's why I subscribe to Filter Easy. Just for our listeners, you can receive your first order free by visiting filtereasy.com or by calling 855-910-EASY. That's 855-910-3279. Make sure you use the offer code TMOS. Sign up today at filtereasy.com to get your first order free. Breathe easy and let Filter Easy do the remembering for you. Okay, lots going on, and when I say just like out of AU, yes, Oscar, you wanted to say something.
I was just, I put on earbuds.
Having your headphones turned up, yes.
Well, yeah, and I just want me to continue turning them up, please. Okay. Thank you, because they're earbuds and I can't get them.
Okay.
Now try.
All right, so we have
good.
Antonio positioned in back of, he was explaining to you the process, which I don't understand why. He's going to chop your hair off. That's really the process.
Yeah, he is, but I guess what he was explaining to me is like, look, I'm coming from behind you. I guess he's probably used to just telling
watch out.
Oh, look out. Hello.
Yeah, so you've got a mirror here, and I know you're doing a show, so if you see me this is the approach I'll be taking.
Okay.
Yeah, he's just being a professional.
Now, take your microphone off of the stand. If you can you do that?
I can pick it up.
You're going to probably
I'll pick it up.
you got to get around there to hear the clippers. I've done this before, so that's usually what it is. Antonio, you ready to go?
Yes.
Okay. Let's go for it. Here we go. Very good. Here goes the head shaving. So everyone that's watching on our YouTube channel or watching the live stream right now, here we go. That's what I want right there. There we go. Take it away. Take it away.
Oh, it's going to be so refreshing. You know, when I shaved my head in college the first time.
Yes.
With Harry's razor.
Yes.
Wink, wink. The weirdest thing is taking that first shower where you're like, oh.
Yeah, because you realize there's nothing to shampoo.
Yes.
You know what I always found was weird is when I got my head shaved first, how easy it is to put a sweater on. There's no drag anymore.
Also,
how is it feeling? How is it feeling coming off?
Oh, he's a professional. Right, he's an absolute professional.
Yeah.
He's enjoying the process. Too.
Yeah.
He's grinning.
And Mike, he's got he's got a marketing video of him scooting around the city.
Oh, it's great.
And
wonderful.
then visiting his clients.
All right, we're paying for it, so we don't need to mention that.
No, I just thought it was super interesting.
Right now, the state of his hair, Mike, I just wanted to ask Oscar a question if I could. Would you like some Rocky Road?
Rocky Road?
Yeah, my question is, who's going to put the sponge on his head before we pull the switch? That's what right now. I have Rob, would you like to mention the celebrity that Antonio most resembles, what I said to you when he first came into the studio?
Yes, and I will add one adjective to it. He's like a Neapolitan Gary Stein.
I said to Rob, when he walked in, I said, I didn't know Gary Stein was one of our new interns. And then Rob explained to me, no, that's not an intern. It's Antonio, the
It's
barber.
our barber, yeah. The official barber of the show.
So has he done the back already? Is the back already shorn off down by your neck?
Always.
Yeah,
okay.
Can you turn around?
Hold on.
Antonio, he's going to turn around a little bit.
Turn around for a sec.
Wow. Right now, if you are just listening, here's the best way I can describe that. It looks like Oscar is wearing a bad toupee.
Shannon, what do you think so far?
He looks like Mo from the Three Stooges.
Yeah, it's bullish, very bullish.
Hey, Mo is beloved by many.
He is.
No, not his haircut.
Yeah, but before we're done, he's going to look like another one of the Three Stooges.
Now, right now, that haircut with the shorn on the sides with the mop up on top, that's a look you've seen around. That's that's a look that can be done.
Oh, by the young alt-right? Yes.
By the what?
The alt-right.
The alt-right. There you are. Oh, that's right. Right now, we're at the, he's giving you the Himmler. The Heinrich Himmler cut.
This, Mike, this is a new haircut style. You can choose it by the chart. It's called Just Back from the Rally.
Exactly.
I'm here because I love America.
Oh, wow.
Wow, he's starting to hit the top now.
Here we go.
He's starting to hit the top? Oh, here we go. This is the... I'm going to be more than satisfied without the razor coming to it. Do you think people are going to call me a wimp for that?
No, I think when you keep in mind, he still has the electric shaver to hit. Like the Norelco will hit it, and that'll bring it down another level.
That's fine. Then there's no shaving cream and razor. Shannon, you'll be
Could
happy
you
to know
leave
we
just
don't
a
need
little
to do that.
tuft up front?
Thank you.
No.
Oh, he looks like a beautiful little baby now, doesn't he?
My father is coming at 1:30 to have lunch with me.
There it is.
Oh my God!
It's gone.
Which is,
I can't believe how that one little last tuft being taken away changes his entire look.
You know, the week you've had with everybody, and you're doing this too. I love you, man.
Yeah, man.
I love
you gotta pay your bets.
I love you like my kid. I really
pay your
do.
bets.
Oh my God.
And my dad's like, where should I meet you? I said, well, you won't recognize me.
Somewhere underground.
In the dark of night.
Just a heads up, I'm getting a really, really short haircut tomorrow for the show. He goes, oh, how sweet. Which is going to be fun. Also interesting.
You doesn't look bad.
Oh, no, I don't think, Mike, I'm a good-looking guy, right? So, as far as haircuts go, you can't really go that bad.
No.
Wow.
I would say that this probably is your best haircut
If
yet.
I had a skinnier face, even better. But that's on
Shannon,
me,
did he
right?
bring a hat today? Did he
not bring a hat.
To the studio?
No need for a hat.
No, but I
You gotta
actually
live
do
it.
have one here.
You have a hat?
I actually do have one here, yeah, so you're okay.
Oh, maybe if a client comes, I'll throw a hat on.
I'd like to invite...
When I got mine shaved, I went for the hat.
I'd like to invite listeners to send out any number of hats to Oscar, and I'd like different exotic hats. I'd like a wizard's hat with stars and moons.
Idea. Please send, send your hats.
A derby?
We'll give you you send your hats to.
I got my Cali hat as well.
What is
TMOS.
what is your hat size?
Oh, I don't know that.
Probably, I'm saying he's probably about a 7.5.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, it's adjustable
I
strap. Box
actually look
32101 Washington,
Look at this.
D.C. 20007.
He looks.
You look
tough.
like
man.
a badass with a
I
beard.
look tough. Get out of
look
my
like
way.
You look like a badass.
Yes.
Yeah, he looks like he beat
There-
something,
my-
like cancer.
It's very hard not to look like a badass when you.
The
have
Mayan
that.
Motorcycle Club.
Mayan?
That's all I see. I could have a
I'm
walk-on
coughing up
roll.
lung matter from the whole summer right now. My God. Wow, look at you.
Yeah.
Look at you. That's incredible. I think he looks like a badass.
I think that this is the first time I've ever seen his true hairline.
Look at him doing the gang sign.
Yeah.
Can you turn to the side so I can see
Yeah.
you on the side a little bit? There you go. I don't think he looks bad at all.
Let's see what happens when we get the
Can
other
someone get
razor.
me a dry erase marker? Put 3 tears right here.
From your gang?
Yeah, from my gang.
Yeah.
Please.
You are going to find when you go out this weekend that I know people will give you a different vibe.
Oh, no one's going to cut me off on the street. I know that.
People will give you a different vibe.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's the respect I get with having the shaved head.
I suppose I should have expected this look for him. It's kind of cool. Shannon, what do you think? Honest answer
Well,
here. What do you
it's
think?
actually not that bad.
It's like you're cheating
really
on
not as
me,
bad as I thought.
but you're
No.
not.
Yeah, tonight the guy that you don't make love to
Yes.
will be a different guy.
Remember, if there's a fantasy with any violence, I can play that out tonight.
Jesus.
I'm actually kind of intrigued by this look.
Yeah.
This is.
Do you want to come up here and sleep with him?
Yes.
Jesus.
If you pick up the chloroform, I'll do what I got to do.
Mr. Cosby sent you a drink.
So now the finishing touches with is this the razor?
No,
part
this
that's
is
going
just
on?
this is a closer clipper.
Yeah.
There's still an electric razor that will be done.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
I
think it looks
would
fine, man.
appreciate though. I asked him for a quick beard trim to put it together.
Oscar,
Yes.
anything you want.
you're the
I
best.
mean,
Thank
you have paid the bet
Yes.
off as far as I am concerned. Everything else will be the finishing touches.
Oh, I cannot wait for the first time for someone to give me any guff. And I'm just going to give him the blue steel. But instead of dreamy, it'll be scary.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm feeling.
Oh my God!
No, that's not. You got to work on your blue steel.
Oh, what's my blue steel?
Because that sort of looked like you couldn't make out a math problem.
Okay.
Like he was overthinking a problem. Like he was overthinking a problem.
Oh, this is great.
That is. How does it feel? How does it feel right now?
Well, these are Italian clippers. I can tell right away because I have. He has not caught my skin whatsoever. There's not been
That
one
was your
time
biggest
he gets a bite.
concern was being cut. You
Yeah,
didn't
that
want
I
to be cut.
hate that. I've probably never talked about this before. When we've done shaving bits on any radio incarnation, or I even have seen them.
Have you had yours done before?
I have.
Okay.
On air?
Not on air, just personally,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
Well, you know, everyone has a summer where, like, you know what? It'd be cool to shave your head.
Sure.
And then you just go through with it.
Yeah, with the weather in D.C.,
Yeah,
why not?
especially
right?
for guys.
Absolutely.
Guys is a different story.
Oh, don't forget sunscreen, by the way.
Sunscreen, I'll need that.
Yes.
You know, with my hair right now looking so unkempt and horrible, it's just all I have right now is I have a number 1 on the sides and in the back, and then I've got this tuft of hair that,
Yes.
you know, I look Rocky Roadish right
Yeah.
now. And I just don't know what to do. I've been toying with the idea of growing it out until Las Vegas, but my wife won't allow me to do that, so I don't know what I'm going to do. But I'm
growing
there's
out
just-
your hair to what type of haircut?
like just letting it grow, like letting my hair go long again. Like, but I think
Well,
a man
not like
at my
shoulder
age,
length.
Like a bob?
I don't think it would go to shoulder length by November. Thank you, but it's you know. I'm kind of jealous. It's kind of a maintenance-free situation.
It's a great haircut. I don't think he'll stick with it, but I think he won't be miserable. That's what I think.
Are you going to? So, are you immediately going to grow it? Are you immediately going to? The smile is what does.
I know that was a 3 Jack and Coke smile right there. I've seen it a million times.
Are you immediately going to grow it back, or are you going to linger with this for a while?
I think naturally it'll just grow. This is probably.
Well, I know naturally it'll grow.
I think. Let me rephrase the question: are you going to maintain it?
It all depends.
Okay.
I got to see how this rolls. If I get a lot more respect on these streets, these mean streets of
mean
DC,
streets of Glover Park,
and I cannot wait to have a suit on with this look on. Because I feel like there's going to be, hey, we better do business with this guy or else.
Yeah.
Amen.
Right?
I like that. That's fantastic. I think it looks
and also there's the other advantage is that people are going to start thinking we're brothers.
Yeah. That's right. No problem with that one at all. All right. Well, he's sacrificed for the show.
Thank you.
Yeah.
God bless you, Trip Affleck. Send me some pics.
I rarely bring family issues to the show in great detail, but I'm going to lay this out there. I might get in trouble with the fam for this, but it's not a big deal. But
is it immediate
something that's on
family
my
or
mind.
extended
it's immediate family?
Okay.
And I want to throw something out to you guys regarding a social occasion tonight, and I will discuss that as we continue. You have paid the bet off.
Yay.
Any finishing touches? What I'm looking at right now, because you know there's gonna be that email that goes, Mike, a bet is a bet. He should have put shaving cream. So lick it. Bite me. The bet has been paid off. Yes. I am fine with that. Thank you very much. And let's take a break. When we come back, it's a minor social thing, but it speaks to my inner paranoia and my inner insecurity. So
all right.
What else is new on the Mike O'Mara Show? Carla likes to call it first world problems. And now, are you getting a little scalp massage by Antonio?
The same way I feel when my wife scratches my back is the way I feel now with Antonio.
Wow.
That's really creepy.
I love Shannon in the control room. We'll take a break. Come back with more fun on the Mike O'Mara Show.
There's now a new way to experience TMOS. Not only can you hear it, but you can now see it.
Brought to you in living color.
The Mike O'Mara Show channel is new and improved on YouTube. Now, you can watch Mike, Rob, and Oscar in real time every morning, or you can watch it later that day.
Hey, that's something everyone can enjoy.
Just tap the bell and subscribe. You'll get notifications when the hilarity commences. Be a part of the revolution that over 4,000 proud P1s are taking part in every day. The Mike O'Mara Show on YouTube. YouTube.com/Mike O'Mara Show. Get it now.
You are in the news. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Yeah, we are at 4,600 subscribers right now. We are on our way to 5,000. We want to get there and ultimately get to 10,000 subscribers. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show as the sounds of the razor are in the background.
You talking to me?
He's doing character voices now.
Welcome back to the show, brought to you by Cornerstone First Financial. A message from Cornerstone First Financial. The housing market is heating up like the summertime weather. Rates continue to rise, and the Fed has announced 5 more rate hikes in the next 2 years. You got to lock in now while rates are still super low, and you can get cash out for any reason. Great for debt consolidation, eliminating PMI, home improvement, a divorce buyout.
That's right. A haircut even.
Cornerstone First Financial, a direct lender with their own money. Cornerstone has a certain amount that they have to clear off their line every month, and they do it by offering the absolute lowest rates. I promise you, Cornerstone First Financial will give you sound advice. Click their banner on our website. We love them. Oscar the Baldy loves them. Or call Cornerstone First Financial 202-625-1221. Mention TMOS and receive a free appraisal at closing. Personal attention from application to closing. They are licensed in Maryland, D.C., Virginia, Florida, Georgia, and Colorado. Don't wait. Now is the time to call Cornerstone First Financial. Antonio is putting the finishing touches. I'm very distracted by this.
It's wonderful. Also, if you guys are looking to sign up for a Players Club credit card.
Yeah. Tony Savalas joke.
Players Club from the day, back in the day when he wasn't even born. That's awesome.
You know where you could go this weekend, Oscar? It's just a short trip north. Go to Baltimore.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara, Rob Spiewak, and Dwayne Johnson. We are very, very happy to have you with us. Now, I have to say, our YouTube cameras, the new YouTube cameras, with our great new video presentation. I get a 2-shot of you guys that's a meh camera location. You guys are the YouTube video. I'll go back and watch it this week.
I will too.
Because I'm sure it's going to be super.
And
sharp.
the thing that I find most striking is when he had just that dollop of hair, just like a tablespoon of hair on the front of his head. When that went, his entire face changed.
Oh, yeah.
Just that little bit of hair up front changes your whole look. And you said you had a bad head. I'm not seeing a lot of dents and divots. It's nice and round.
Yeah, you got to really get close to see them.
Well, later.
It's
Would you like
damage.
to call your lady in to feel the top of your head?
Hasn't she had enough
I'd like
airtime?
to bring her in. No,
Could you come in, Shannon, please?
Today. Shannon, pop in for just a second to feel Oscar's head. Let's see what's going on.
Stomping on in here.
Yeah, very good.
Come on.
By the way, Shannon's been a big help to us with our video presentation this week. Want to thank her for that. Been terrific. Here she comes. She's going to. There's your new man. What do you think?
What do you think, Shannon?
Hello?
Hi, Shannon.
Hello.
Hi.
Now,
Am I making
give us
it
your.
through?
Yes.
What is your?
I can't hear
what is
anything.
what is your honest
it
appraisal of the
disconnected.
show? What is your honest?
What is your honest
Sorry.
appraisal of Oscar's new look?
It's not bad. I didn't know that we were still cutting.
Yeah, we are.
No.
Can we
we're
kick
almost done.
Antonio out?
Are we done?
No, we're being
Are we done
friendly
with
with him. We're being very friendly with him.
But
No,
he's still
Ask him if
cutting.
he-
no, he's
ask
just
him to-
shaving is all he's doing.
Ask him to wrap it up, okay? I mean, tell Antonio he's been here for an hour. All right.
All right, Antonio, let's finish up.
All right,
Finish up.
let's
Yeah.
wrap it up. Yeah, let's do it up. This is a lot of shaving going on.
This is very,
He's
very-
thorough. He's
Yes.
thorough. Have you?
Well, the last thing you want is for it to be uneven because he's taking this extra blade to it.
She's giving a little feel to the side of the head there.
Oh
What do you
yeah,
think?
that is skin.
Yeah.
All right, very good.
Baby soft.
All right, now my
It's
impression is you don't know when you have somebody take all their hair off, you don't know. I think he looks better than I expected he would look. It's not. Here's the way you measure somebody that shaves their head. It looks like it would be a cut that he would have, and it wouldn't be that big a departure. What is your feeling on that?
Yeah, no, his head is not poorly shaped. So it's okay. It's better than I thought it was going to be.
Can I offer a thought?
Yeah, go ahead, Rob.
When I see his head shaved, it is almost exactly what I expected, except there's a certain element that it's like looking at something photoshopped, but it's real. If that makes any sense to anybody, it's like something that I would never have expected to see. Like when they make like the presidents look like the Three Stooges and they Photoshop like a bald head on somebody. It's a
Here's
little
the most
surreal
important
to me.
question
It's a little
for
surreal.
Shannon. This is the most important question for Shannon. Shannon, this is the big one. Immediately grow it back or linger through the summer with this?
Yeah,
What
maintain
are
it.
your thoughts on it?
Oh, I think immediately grow it back.
There it is. Okay. Thank you very
Personally.
much. Thank you. That's all I needed. Thank you.
Here you go.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
She didn't even hesitate.
All right. Very good. And, of course, now the pubes.
No!
I'm
No,
kidding.
no!
I'm kidding, of course. That's it. And Antonio's making the last few brush strokes to make a nice even. I'll tell you one thing about Antonio.
Yeah.
He is one thorough barber. He is truly one
Yeah,
thorough
he's not going to
barber.
leave him hanging.
Yeah.
See, there was a little bit of if it's not shaved evenly, you will see darker patches around.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
exactly. Like, the
Like
little
you don't
towel
want me
that he's
walking around
taking.
with darker patches.
No.
No, I don't.
Could be melanoma.
Yeah.
Have the doctor look at it immediately.
Yeah. I tell you, I think it's a fine look. I think it's a truly fine look. What's going on over there? Jesus.
Yeah, this is skin, people. I don't want any bitching.
No. It's actually, that electric shaver brought it closer to the skin than I thought it would. He's gone past Curly Howard.
It's just like shaving your head
Yeah.
with a razor.
Yeah.
That's all.
Look,
That's
they
what it
just
is
put
for
me
you.
on work release.
He's
I
looking a
just
little
got
more-
out. We're all right.
Police say Santana was stabbed 43 times in the yard when he was out there as a member of the Crips.
And then didn't he have to crawl through a half mile of the most foul?
Oscar Santana climbed through 300 yards of the foul-smelling filth. And there he is now, shaved down to the bone. Not a single nubby, peach fuzzy hair left on his little head.
Yeah, his hair is now officially shorter than Curly Howard when Curly Howard kept it really tight. Yeah.
The barber known as Antonio Figaro.
They
took
called
a
him
razor
Antonio
to
the Blade,
Oscar's-
didn't they?
The Blade, Antonio the Blade. Did Antonio bring any cannoli for all of us?
Yeah, did you bring any food for us, Antonio? Like a lasagna or a cannoli?
Bring pasta.
He'll bring some pasta, he says. It's
Hey,
all in
anybody
his
see
magic
that?
bag.
Anybody see that viral video of that mafia hit that went bad, where they're driving by this guy's car and he shot him once and then 3 more times. The guy survived it. He was like I think the son of a Bonanno crime associate. What was that last little thing that he was putting on you? Was that a little styptic pencil or something?
Yeah,
like
what was
that?
the last thing you just did, Antonio?
What was that last little?
You put like a pencil thing on his head, or what was that?
No, it was like one hair sticking up in the front.
So he just trimmed it.
We cannot have a one hair.
The
You
professional.
gotta take that out right now. That's right.
It's a very distracting.
Oh, that's great. Can Antonio perhaps tell us, has he ever cut a politician's hair?
Have you ever cut a
Antonio?
politician's hair, Antonio?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
At what level? Like the
Senator,
Senate?
Congressman?
Congressman?
A few congressmen.
A few congresmen?
Oh, wow.
Any
That's
people
awesome.
that are maybe former reality show hosts that now are in the Oval Office?
No.
I had an appointment with an actor actually today.
An appointment with
an
an actor.
Oh,
Yes,
please tell
Wow.
us. Please.
He's here for a musical for a few months. Yes.
Oh, okay,
I
so he's in
cannot say the
town.
name.
You cannot say the name.
Cannot say the name. Well, Rob, what musicals
Do some
are in
research.
town?
I'm trying to think what's
Look
playing
up
at
on the web.
There is.
Use your phone.
Trying to think what's at the Warner right now. I just checked it.
Yes.
Hold on.
That's wonderful. I think Antonio has done a fabulous job. We're
I
very,
love
very
it.
thrilled.
If you can feel the breeze from the AC.
Oh yeah, that's another thing.
This is crazy.
There's a lot of sensations that you're going to have to get used
man.
to.
What's going to be the high temperature in D.C. today?
High of 89, very low humidity.
Today's a good day.
Yeah, it's one of the
it's a
few
good
nice
day.
days this summer.
That's wonderful. All right, we got to take another break. We are up on another break. It happened, and when I come back, I've been invited to dinner tonight.
Oh, that's nice.
That should be something you're happy about. But just a little. I'm going to tell the backstory, and I'm going to piss family off, but I don't care. I have to tell you the way I feel because it's my world and my insecurities, and this is. I'll try to fake it by saying it's self-deprecating. We'll be right back.
Say what you want, but don't play games with my...
It's Political Persuasions.
Hey, it's Chris Freitz. This week on Political Persuasions, we have our first ever guest. Mike and I sit down with former Democratic Congressman Steve Israel. We talk about the SCOTUS nominee, politics, and his new book, Big Guns. It's a conversation you don't want to miss. Tune in.
Informed, intelligent, irreverent, political persuasions.
I'll say this about Steve Israel.
Yeah.
You hear a lot about these kind of politicians that get into the game that aren't smart, that aren't sharp. This is one of the smartest men I've ever spoken to, and I left thinking, hey, anybody can be a congressman. You listen to a guy like this, and you realize there are a lot of people on the Hill that do have some smarts. Wish he was still in the game. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by Blue Apron. Try this idea on for charge. Skip meal planning, the boring part, and get straight to cooking, the fun part, with Blue Apron. Enjoy delicious summer meals that are great on the grill. Blue Apron is the best. Dinner tastes better while you enjoy warm weather and perfect grill marks. With incredible ingredients and chef-designed recipes, Blue Apron lets you see the power of what food can do. Carla and I love to cook it. I love to eat it. Blue Apron is my favorite. They deliver fresh, pre-proportioned ingredients and step-by-step recipes right to your door for amazing meals, all in under 45 minutes. That's incredible. How about some honey chipotle glazed chicken with poblano and lime rice? It's amazing on the grill. Or Chrissy Teigen for chipotle lime chicken fajitas. With, by the way, Chipotle lime is a wonderful.
Yes.
I'm not a big citrus guy normally, but the Chipotle lime combo is fantastic. And it's Chrissy Teigen's Chipotle lime chicken fajitas with sautéed mushrooms and sweet peppers. Hula!
Oh, Lord!
Oh, yeah! Plus, Blue Apron sends only non-GMO ingredients and meat with no added hormones, because you don't want to put that steak on the grill and then say, hey, I'm a dude, but I look like Chrissy Teigen. So check out this week's menu and get your first 3 meals free at blueapron.com/TMOS. That's blueapron.com/TMOS to get 3 meals free. Blue Apron, a better way to cook. Our boy is happy, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Rob Spiewak, he is happy.
He's
is grinning,
delighted, and he
seems like he's
smells
thrilled.
wonderful. It smells so good.
That's wonderful. Welcome back to the show. Okay, thank you, Antonio. We appreciate that. Let's move on to this. All right, I have no reason to complain at all about my world.
Right.
I have a wonderful son. I have a beautiful wife. I am thrilled to death with my life as it is. And the thing that gives me great pleasure are the listeners to the show. I had a wonderful outing the other day with one of our great P1s, Linda Herr, and her friend. And, I just love our listeners, and I love our intimate contact with the listeners where we're able to have this relationship that's more close than it was on the radio. And I didn't think that was ever even humanly possible. I just didn't think we could do that. So I'm thrilled about it. I like my life. And I bought this house to be closer to family and to come up here and to be around family. And my paranoia, at least in the early months of being up here, has gotten the best of me on a couple occasions. It's an ongoing theme where I've talked about this, and I shouldn't even complain about this. All right? A couple of weeks ago, my sister comes by and says, and this is all leading up to a question. I hate to digress again.
That's fine.
I'll ask you guys what you think. So Kathy rolls in a couple of and says, hey, listen, it was your birthday. We'd love to take you out for your birthday. There's this restaurant in town that we'd love to take you to. And I said, oh, yeah, Carl and I actually walked by that. We wanted to check it out, but we weren't going to go because we had the little guy seemed like more for grown-ups. She said, we'd love to take you on your birthday. Paul and I will take you out to dinner.
That's nice.
Cool.
So
really
fast
nice.
forward
Wow.
to this past week where I was having my sister over for dinner. And we've done it a couple of times. And we've had drinks and we've socialized. There's plenty of interaction. I always harbored this thought that because of my past behavior that maybe we make them uncomfortable a little bit. That they are.
What kind of discomfort?
Here, I'll cut right to the chase.
Please.
All right. So
Cut.
the idea
No pun
was
intended.
that tonight we were going to go out to dinner. They were going to treat us to a lovely dinner. We have a babysitter. It was going to be the only night out that we've had all summer where we have a babysitter, and we're very excited about that. And then when she came by on Wednesday, she said, oh, by the way, do you mind if so-and-so and so-and-so come? And so-and-so and so-and-so are their best friends. And they're extremely nice people.
Are
Very,
they from
very,
away
very-
and they come
No,
visit?
No, they're from up here, but
Okay.
they are thick as thieves with my brother-in-law. And my question was, and I'd had a couple of cocktails. I said, yeah, that's fine. That's not. But then afterwards, I was just like, well, it's not really taking me out for my birthday because And the question is, do you think that they require, like I've done in the past, this couple as a social buffer for my wife and I? Do you think that's possible? Because that's where my mind spiraled out of control, and I began to get depressed. Let me just say another thing. They recently came back from the West Coast where there was a family wedding where the son of one of my cousins got hitched, and to the best of my knowledge, everybody was there. There are 7 kids in this generation.
Okay.
I am the youngest of the 7, and 6 were there, and 1 was
Even
not.
Sneezy?
And all of them. Sneezy was there. I was the only one
Dwarf
not
joke.
there.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So look, and as people will, and Oscar's done this to me before. He said, "Well, if you were invited, would you have gone?" And I'll say, "Probably not." So it doesn't matter.
Oh, so
But
you
at the
weren't even
same time-
invited?
No.
Oh.
I
Yeah.
wasn't knowledgeable of any of it, and it. Look, do you react initially, and then it goes away, but then you harbor it, and then it lingers
Sure, it
in the
dwells.
back. And it also lingers on the back that the dance card with everybody is kind of full. And I just have to ask the question again, is it me? Am I making someone uncomfortable? Is it because I just don't get it? And I'm not offended, but at the same time I said, do you think this is, when I bring another couple into the fore, it's usually because I'm more comfortable with people that I dine out with or that I socialize with regularly, even though I don't socialize with anybody. So
That's the worst case scenario as far as what's going on. There is another possibility though. Let me offer this. Could it be just like a value added?
Yeah. So, Mike,
what does that mean? I
That
don't
means
understand.
they
what that
want more people around that they, maybe it's the more the merrier type theory.
I don't know. But
so-
it's like they've had multiple dinners with this. This
Can I give you, I guess, some context when I go out to eat with people, and we're similar in certain ways, right?
I just want to say to you, Sure you can. Tough
yeah.
guy. Okay. Yeah.
Listen
he
up.
looks badass,
MFer.
doesn't he?
Hey,
he looks totally badass.
Hey,
take
can I
care
tell
of
you something
business
about
right
myself?
now.
But first, will you knock this battery off my shoulder? Go ahead, I dare you.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the set of Oz, please welcome Oscar Santana.
So
I'll get used to it. It's just, hey, you got to know, it's new for all of us.
Well, I mean, I look over at him a few times every minute, and I'm not used to it yet. It's still a surprise every time.
So a couple things I want to. I'll make sure that the control room knows that I would like the beard trim as soon as the show is over. So Antonio, if he doesn't have to run to Broadway, I'm cool with that.
By the
but
way,
if he's got to go, he can
Take
grab
all
his
the
stuff.
showtime
We're good
to
to
make
go.
those
By the
personal
way,
arrangements.
Okay,
That's
okay.
fine.
I'm pretty sure he's got to be cutting the hair of someone that's in Hamilton. That's the only long-running musical in town right now.
Nice.
Okay.
But it's the touring cast, so who cares?
And then
who cares?
so two is if you were toxic and radioactive, which you are, I would say that they wouldn't invite another couple to be exposed to that.
Yeah, if they're very close friends, what they'd want to do is keep you apart.
Oh, that makes me feel better.
That's
that
a
makes
good
me
point,
feel
Oscar.
Yes.
Valid.
Because I have toxic and radioactive friends that I would never bring around people I like.
I am so. Here's
any
what
of
I
them
keep
work
down.
here?
I keep it down to a dull roar. I am so bitter and paranoid up here now that, and Carla can tell you the same thing. We both feel that way. And I don't know if it's. I think it might be in our heads, and we have to get. I think not Carla. I'm not bringing her in on this. I have to get. Rid
Yeah,
of
that
her.
was sort of a surprising
well, she
addition.
feels the same way to a certain extent.
Because you're manifesting this. Like you're making this her life now.
It's different, man. I mean, it's just I want to make sure that look, there are issues from way back. I came up here to make that go away.
Show
and
Carla
it's not,
on the doll.
It's not. It's
No,
not.
don't do
Where
that.
Billy?
It's not.
Not
It's
Billy.
not. Don't mention any names. Stop it. It is. It is. I am someone who just has to wrestle with this. And anybody who's the youngest in a family probably has to deal with the same thing. You know, everybody wants to be liked.
That's
and
true.
I know people are going there, oh, my God, you're worried about that. It's different when you do a show than when you're with your own family. Everybody can say that.
Now, here's
That's
a
the way
question,
it is,
and
you know?
I can relate to this because, my mom
Sometimes,
is...
can I just say one more thing?
Yeah.
Sometimes when I'm around all of them, I feel like it's worse than testifying before Congress.
Oh, dear.
I'm trying to impress. I'm trying to conjure.
You will never get over that. But as this dinner is concerned,
Yes.
again, no one wants their a-hole friends to meet their fun friends.
You can't mix them.
You just can't mix them because it's more
And
work for that person.
Make no mistake, these people are super cool.
Yes.
I mean, so
Have
so
you
the-
socialized with this other couple
Yes,
before? Okay, so you
yes.
know them. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, here's a question,
Absolutely.
because this is something I can sort of relate to because my mom is one of 8 kids, but the youngest is only 9 years away from me, so I always felt like the 9th kid in the family because we're pretty close in age. Do you feel there are, like, cliques within the
Yes.
family that...
Yes.
But not just the one that excludes you?
What?
No, I mean, are there other... If you envision that you're sort of an outsider among the 7 there because you're the youngest, but do you think there's other cliques within there where other people would be excluded?
Oh, 1,000%.
Okay,
Yes.
so then this is
Absolutely.
very
Like,
normal.
you're not an
It's a
X-Men,
normal
but you
thing.
could be an X-Force.
Yeah.
You know, and do I want it? Be careful what you wish for. You don't always.
That's
know
true.
That.
Yeah.
It's the whole
You don't
thing.
want people in
and,
your business.
And I got. You know what? I got to stop. I have to stop. I have to stop with this. I have to just live my life and do what I do. And
First world problems.
you
Yeah.
know, it's
world
total
problems.
first world problems. I mean, I love it. You know, my kid yesterday was just fantastic. He went out with my family, with my sister, and had a great day with her. And it was
Mike,
fine. And I'm going to stop.
well,
I'm
yeah.
going to stop.
When I worked as a coyote on La Frontera, bringing people over the border,
With
I
your
would say,
shaved head.
look, it's $1,000 for each of you, and if they didn't have the $1,000, you gotta move on. You know,
That's true.
You got to move on. I think it does tend to. This is probably childhood stuff that's coming back.
Sure.
So you don't think necessarily that it was a buffer. It was just like they thought it'd be more fun.
Yeah, and here's another question. I'm just curious what's in your mindset right now. When Michael came home last night, did you say, did you have a good time? And did your aunt say anything about me?
No, she left a little quick the other day from dinner, and she left a little quick after the little visit, and I just get the impression that there are others within the family that she'd be much more comfortable around. That's the vibe I've gotten from both of them.
tape an old iPhone to Michael's chest.
Yeah.
Press record.
Yeah, like that Jerry, the
like
Jerry Lewis trick.
Yes. Leave the tape recorder in the briefcase.
Darling, I accidentally
All
left
right.
my briefcase in here. Sorry
I'm
about
fine with
that.
I am fine, and by the way, I think we're going full-fledged with the lemonade stand. I think it's going to happen.
Excellent.
And it's probably going to happen.
Parking passes.
No, it wasn't. It was
not-
trash tickets.
Trash tickets. not
Come on,
parking
man.
Passes.
Get your
Come
head
on,
out of your
shaved
ass.
head.
I said parking passes.
Yeah, everything's fine. Everything's fine. I was in such a great mood yesterday that I even moved the TV where my wife wants to move.
Oh, look!
Hey, look at you, big win.
Yeah. So everything's happy. We actually, my wife, because she was so happy with the feng shui in the house, she and the little guy was off with my sister. We actually had a fancy lunch out, and there's happiness is a cheeseburger and fries. Thank you very much.
Mike, you're gonna be okay.
Yeah, everything's gonna be fine.
You're gonna be fine. And if
What are
you
you
have
breaking
trouble,
for? We got 3 minutes.
I will ride up there and talk
You
to
don't?
people.
No.
I got 54.
Yeah, but we have not played the 39 break yet. Oh, we have? Oh, God, I'm sorry.
Yes.
What the hell's the matter with me?
So Antonio has to go.
Yeah.
By 10:45 our time Eastern.
Okay.
And I don't want to be selfish, but I paid off this bet.
You really want your beard trimmed?
Yeah, while we do the show, I don't want to not go anywhere.
Bring him in.
Okay.
Bring him in right now. Bring him in right now.
Antonio.
Bring the
Come
bring
on.
the shaving cream.
Shaving cream, be nice and clean.
We can do the beard.
Yeah, but I don't think this will be. I don't think this will be a shaving cream thing. I think
Let me
this will be
before we go to
just-
break. The reason I didn't want to break, I want to take care of my Friday business here. Okay, I wanted to say congratulations to my Boston Red Sox, 10 in a row. Mookie. Red Sox killing it right now, absolutely killing it, and I get to go see them on the 28th of July with our friend Marcus Serta. So I'm very
your good luck
excited about
charm.
that.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I got to
watch
figure
your
out
back.
where I want to take Marcus out to eat, though, because I'm going to do that. Second
Hey,
thing.
when you take Marcus out, you probably should bring another couple.
Okay. That's why he hates you. That's why he hates you so much.
I love you, Marcus. Have a great summer.
Congratulations to cousin Ann Dowd.
Yes.
For her second Emmy nomination for The Handmaid's Tale. And turn your radios down now, because this will be a spoiler alert. I'm just going to say one sentence about her Emmy nomination.
Okay.
She's got the Emmy nomination, so I hope they didn't kill her off. Thank you. That's all I wanted to say.
Hey, and can
if I
I
screwed that up for you? Well, watch the show in a more timely fashion. Thank you.
So while you mentioned the Emmys, next Wednesday we will be joined by Emmy Award nominated Louie Anderson.
From
to discuss,
Baskets.
Yeah, from Baskets. He's also coming to town to do a show, so make sure you tune in next week. We'll be talking to Louie. But we booked him before he got his Emmy nod, so this is very exciting.
A legendary show business veteran, Louie Anderson.
So
he has
funny.
been doing stand-up since the Johnny Carson days, and it will be so much fun to talk to him, and that he attained his greatest fame in the last year when he won the Emmy for Best Supporting Actor on the show Baskets, playing Zach Galifianakis' mother.
I have so much to ask him. That show is so funny to watch because I don't know who to root for.
Right.
Of all the characters,
Right.
but I always love it. I just don't know who I'm rooting for in that show.
Louie Anderson, probably one of the great comedic stand-up styles.
Oh, God, yeah.
Where he just has that relaxed demeanor that was just so wonderful to watch. And I'm so happy when a guy like that has a comeback and gets recognized. It was such a cool moment when he won the Emmy. I want to ask him about that. So we will be joined what day next week with Louie Anderson?
We'll have him on Wednesday.
Wednesday, Louie Anderson, right here on the Zoo. Should be a lot of fun. And the last thing I wanted to say, if you're looking for a business, if you have a small town, you're from somewhere, get into the replacing the screens on iPads and iPhones.
Oh, yeah, because you had to go to town and get that done, right?
And spend $90 to do it. And I know that in other cities it's more expensive, and I think it's a great racket. Because I know
it's
they just
$150.
glue it on.
Yeah, $150.
It's incredible. It doesn't cost them that much, right?
It's
I mean,
plastic
it's super cheap.
or glass.
It's glass, right?
Yeah, it's this little cheap glass they put on there, and then he upsold me on a $20 protection screen on it.
What's the protection screen, like a film?
Yeah, it's a film. It's a little plastic thing that they put on
Yeah,
there.
you should have called me. I would have said, don't get that.
I want to replace, why?
It's $20. You don't need to protect it. That wouldn't have protected it from breaking.
If it falls out, it wouldn't have protected it from breaking?
No, it's just a film. It's just going to protect it from like scratching and stuff. You never had a problem with scratching it. You had a problem with breaking it. That film isn't going to save anything. All it did was save him $20.
Never mind. All right. I just think it's a pretty good racket. Is that it? Okay, got the social buffer. Got and testifying before Congress. I mentioned it before. Welcome to hell.
Yes.
See the FBI agent yesterday.
Yes.
Oh my God. I mean, I hats off to him for not just leaning and going, "F you all." I can't believe it. It's crazy. That's it. Now
While you mentioned that, could I just play a brief clip from the hearing yesterday to let you know?
Do.
This is our Congress, folks. This is our Congress.
And I've talked to FBI agents around the country. You've embarrassed them. You've embarrassed yourself. And I can't help but wonder when I see you looking there with a little smirk, how many times did you look so innocent into your wife's eye and lie to her about Lisa?
Mr. Chairman, this is outrageous.
Credibility of a witness
Shame
is
on
always
you,
an
Mr.
issue.
Mr.
and you
Chairman, please,
have
you Mr. Chairman, this is intolerable harassment of the witness.
What's wrong with that? You need your medication.
The gentleman controls the time.
Do you need your medication? That
of
the
course
highest
was
in the
Senator
land.
Bernie Sanders, ladies and gentlemen. No, let's take a break, and we'll come back with news you may not need right here on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Guess who, baby?
Hey!
Nicky Diamond! I'm here, but you know what? I never left, just like football. I'm always there, lurking. Free agency, the draft, OTAs, minicamp, preseason, fantasy, playoffs, Super Bowl. Nicky Diamond, just like the Mike O'Mara Show, is always here when you need it, and even when you don't. It's a sure thing! Light 'em up! We'll be back on the show soon.
Maybe next week, a little preview.
I'd like that. I would.
That'd be fun. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by our bonus packages. It's the worst time of year. You have a bumpy, indented skull? Not.
No,
I think
I
he
was going by,
oversold
yeah,
that.
he did.
The lemonade stand, can't move product. Mac boned you at Micro Center, and you're out of pink garbage stickers. What will you do? What will you do? Well, Baron Von sucks a lot. How about the TMOS bonus show? The bonus show is an extra hour of TMOS comedy each and every week. We're doing it today. You're going to love it. It's so great it can turn a fussy muscle into a joyster on the half shell. La la la. I met him on a Sunday and my heart stood still. Do run, 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 do run, run, la la. Just go to MikeO'MaraShow.com and click the bonus banner, and it makes a great gift. Spread some cheer, bonus show style. Get happy by giving back. You'll get access to all our bonus content. Love the song choice today. And you'll be helping TMOS. It is truly a win-win. So please quit sucking, and we thank you. Let me just punch this and punch this. Oh, that's right. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Oscar's Take.
Oscar's Take.
A review and comment on the news of the day that only our Bolivian bloviator can do it. But since he's getting his head shaved, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to call an audible so he doesn't have to overwork, ladies and gentlemen. And I, ladies and gentlemen, will give you a regular newscast. So hit it. Thank you.
Hey, news.
The nominees for this year's Primetime Emmy Awards are out, and Game of Thrones leads the way.
Aha!
22 nods. Saturday Night Live and Westworld are next with 21 apiece. The Handmaid's Tale, one of our favorites, with my cousin on it, even though I've had a little trouble with it this year.
Yeah.
It's close behind with 20, but the biggest winner is probably Netflix, which is officially the new king of TV.
That's so weird. That did not take very long for that transition to happen.
Netflix scored 112 nominations, which ended HBO's 17-year run as the most nominated network. They ended up with 108. So way to go, Netflix. Keep it coming. I love you. I love the way they lay that channel out. I love the way it is.
Me
it's
too.
fantastic. Keep them coming, ladies and gentlemen. Stormy Daniels got busted Wednesday night after her Make America Horny Again show at a strip joint in Columbus, Ohio. 4 undercover vice cops, 2 men and 2 women, came to Stormy's show at the Sirens Gentlemen's Club.
That's a nice place, Mike.
Supposedly they were there to investigate complaints about prostitution and drug activity at the club. According to their reports, Stormy took off her top and, quote, began forcing the faces of the patrons into her chest and using her bare breasts to smack the patrons.
Wow, that's not kind, is it?
Yeah, gee, you never see that at a strip joint.
No,
do you?
what? I'm amazed that this is going on.
She was also, quote, fondling the breasts of female patrons. She allegedly did it to the undercover cops, too, She was arrested after the show. Stormy's attorney called it a setup, saying the cops asked if they could motorboat Stormy. So,
well, I mean, there was consent then.
So, no, yesterday the charges were dropped.
Oh, good.
Apparently because you have to be a regular performer at a club to be arrested for doing that. That was the little law. I think they might have been targeting her, and we talked about it.
So is she technically a featured act then?
She travels the country. That's how that's how porn stars make most of their money, by going to these joints and doing that.
That's also how they make most people happy, Mike.
Yes. Amen. Happy. Twitter started purging fake accounts yesterday, meaning that celebrities saw their follower counts drop, in many cases by millions. The good news for Katy Perry, listen to these numbers. She's still the most followed person on Twitter.
Wow.
She lost 1.5 million as of yesterday afternoon.
Wow.
But that was only a drop of 1.4%. She still had 108.1 million followers on Twitter.
Wow, that's even more than Oscar.
That's incredible. Ironically, Twitter itself took the biggest hit, with the company's Twitter account losing over 7.5 million followers. The account's total remaining followers as of last night, 55.1 million. President Trump had only lost about 300,000 from @RealDonaldTrump, bringing his total down to 53.1.
Wow.
Mike O'Mara lost 2.
2?
Barack Obama, no, I don't know. I didn't even look.
2?
Barack Obama, Ellen DeGeneres, and Taylor Swift lost around 2 million each, and Justin Bieber and Lady Gaga lost about 1.5 million, if you care about such things.
A lot of fake people out there. Fake Twitter people. Watch out.
Today is National French Fry Day, a very real and very important holiday. Not that any of us needs a specific reason to eat fries. The average American eats about 20 to 30 pounds of them every single year. A medium fry at McDonald's is 4.1 ounces, so that means we all eat the equivalent of 78 to 117 medium fries every year.
Wow.
That's once every 3 to 5 days. We're all going to die.
You know what?
Anyway,
if you think about that, that's the weight of the medium fry is the same as a quarter pounder. It's 4 ounces. So I guess there's a sort of amount of balance there. If you get a quarter pounder and a medium fry.
Here are a few results from a new survey in honor of National French Fry Day. I was just kidding about all of us dying, really.
Thank you.
Really. McDonald's, number 1, has the most popular fries of any fast food chain. Ketchup is the most popular dipping sauce. No shocker there.
Yep.
And 21% of people say they love dipping fries into a milkshake.
I've done that. You know what? It's best with a Frosty. I think that's very typical at a Wendy's if you get a Frosty and a fry and you do the dipping thing.
Well, like Pulp Fiction, when they talked about it, I don't mind a French fry dipped in a little mayonnaise occasionally.
A dipping sauce they do at Red Robin is actually barbecue sauce and mayonnaise, which is pretty good.
Thank you for the update. National Ice Cream Day is Sunday, but in a broader way is an everyday National Ice Cream Day.
Thank you.
Here are some results from a new survey that shows just how much we love ice cream, probably a little too much. 40% of people have eaten an entire pint in one sitting. 24% eat ice cream to feel better when they're sad. 22% have eaten it to feel better after a breakup. Oscar did that.
Yeah, I remember. Jamocha almond.
And 9% have cried while they were eating it. 16% have gotten sick from eating too much ice cream. And 13% of people say they're lactose intolerant but still eat it. That would be my wife. 9% of us have used ice cream to end an argument. And finally, 7% have canceled plans to stay home and eat ice cream. Are you completely groomed, Oscar Santana?
He's beautiful, a thing of beauty.
Oh,
I'm back, baby. I'm back.
You're here just in time for my favorite part of the news and the last one of the week, ladies and gentlemen. A little something. The kitchen staff at a Golden Corral in Mount Airy, North Carolina, was working on Tuesday when they noticed the smoke was not ventilating properly. It seemed like the exhaust vent above the stove was blocked, so their manager went up to the top of the roof to investigate it, and he quickly figured out what was wrong with the vents. There was a person inside.
Oh, my God.
That's a pretty good blockage.
That's where all the Twitter followers went.
There's a dude up there, his name, 59-year-old guy, Charlie Walker.
That's old to be up there.
Yeah, Charlie Walker sounds like an old guy, though. He tried to break into the Golden Corral before it opened, but he got stuck up in the vent, so he's actually pretty lucky the staff found him. The fire department came and rescued him, and then they took him to the hospital. Once doctors checked him out and made sure he was okay, he was arrested for felony breaking and entering. Not sure what he planned on stealing because there are 150 choices on their Emmys. Not to mention the chocolate tower. There you go. Charlie Walker. Yeah.
Charlie Walker.
Have you been to a good restaurant lately? Come in through the vent. We'll take a break and come back with more fun and more thrills. The Audio Vault, last one of the week, right here on the Mike O'Mara Show.
You asked, and we listened. Now you can listen on Spotify. In our never-ending effort to make it easier for you to access our content, The Mike O'Mara Show can now be streamed on Spotify. Just another platform that gives you full TMOS access. So go grab the show and listen, and spread the word. The more you know, the more we grow. TMOS on Spotify. Grab it.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by Amazon. Everyone knows that Amazon is the best. You're probably shopping there right now. If you need it, Amazon has it. Just make sure you access Amazon.com through the TMOS website. What is today's Amazon purchase of the day?
Before that, breaking news when it breaks. Oscar can't wear his headphones because they slide off his head now.
Even at the smallest level, it just pulls right off.
Stay tuned to this podcast for further updates.
Please.
Today's Amazon buy is a book we talked about on Political Persuasions yesterday, Mike. Fascinating book called Big Guns. It's by a former representative, Steve Israel from New York City. A fascinating look at the gun lobby in Washington, D.C. Sort of a callback to the style of Carl Hyacin. If you like a good story well told, check it out. Available in all formats at Amazon.com.
Nice.
Amazon really does have everything. You can find that and more at MikeO'MaraShow.com. Remember, the only way that you can ensure that we get credit for your purchase is to access Amazon through our website. That's the only way to do it, and we need it. We need it bad. It costs you
Just
nothing,
like I
but
need hair.
It means the world to us, so thank you. Thank you very much. As we open up the Audio Vault, Oscar Santana, I have to say, you're now... now it's official. You're there. What do you think? What do you say? Did you get a good look in the mirror?
Yes, I got a good look in the mirror. The Bondo for the dents I saw as a younger man.
Yes.
Looks like it's taken.
Oh, good.
It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Sanded it down a little bit?
Yeah, it's sanded. The dent guy that rolled up on the curb and said, "Hey, I see you got a dent. I can take that out for $20.
I can fix any head for $99.
Yeah.
You're at least going to have a couple of nights where you're out where you could kind of see the reaction. And I was so curious on Monday to see if you get a different vibe from people with that, because it's a totally different look for you. It really is.
And if you remember on the program, when I grew my beard out for my wife, I remember feeling strange about the whole thing. And then when I shaved my beard, it was just like, look, it's warm, it's summer, I can't have a sweater on my face. I remember how people treated me. It was completely different than when I had my beard. Now, what's happened now is the opposite, right?
Yeah, you've got a beard and no hair.
Now, I've got a beard and no hair, which screams either responsibility or violence. And
this is why I want to see how you're treating.
It'll be
you are
so wild to see
aware.
this.
Yeah.
You're so self-aware of the look. You know, you are describing it screams violence, intimidation.
Yeah.
You should gather up things that you do, errands that you run, places you go where you think having that look might be to some advantage.
Yeah.
I can't
or
wait
disadvantage
to hear about that.
when
or disadvantage.
the DCPD said we have reports of a
You seem to
gang member.
match the description. There's a couple other things that you're going to be really surprised with. The shower will be a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
Also, when you put your head on your pillow tonight, it feels so different because it's actually skin on cotton. There's no hair buffer there. It's a different sensation.
And it will also surprise you when the mother takes your children off the elevator before you get on it. That'll be interesting as well. Did we open the audio?
We did.
Right,
This is our floor. Get off now.
This is our floor now. All of a sudden, we're going to the dentist.
Let's do it.
George Stephanopoulos on Good Morning America had an awkward moment, and they did not let it go. Do you know Zachary Quinto? He is in the new Star Trek franchise. He plays Spock in the new franchise movies, and I think he was in a series of American Horror Story as well.
He also in not the Incredibles. Remember there's a superhero Heroes.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, he was being introduced on GMA yesterday to promote the fact that he is in Star Trek, but Stephanopoulos gets it wrong.
I'm here now with Zachary Quinto. You know him as Spock from Star Wars. Now he's
Trek, George.
Star Trek. Oh my gosh. I am going to get so much hate mail on Twitter. It's going to be so bad. Can you absolve me right now?
I'm out of this.
Spock from Star Wars.
Rookie mistake. It's an honest mistake.
So we let him off the hook. But at least the people that like Star Wars and Star Trek, they don't focus on minutia. I'm sure they'll let it go.
Let me tell you this. When you're an old fart, you're allowed those mistakes. Okay, there's just too many of them anyway. There's too much crap out there. They're all superheroes now. If they run together when you don't give a rat's ass, that's perfectly acceptable to me.
Maybe George Stephanopoulos was focused on getting to Build-A-Bear this week. Did you see any of the lines?
No, I read about it. What happened? It sounded
1,500 deep at the Manhattan Build-A-Bear because this was the promotion.
Whoa. 1,500?
Yes. The promotion was this. You pay your age. So if you're a 4-year-old, you get to build a bear for $4. This really doesn't benefit you or me.
No.
Because we'd be paying, $48, yeah, almost $60.
Yeah, but I could take my kid and get
That's
a $4
true.
bear.
And he could get a $4 bear. But they were unqualified and unprepared to deal with the onslaught, and people...
They've got a new one up in Maine. They don't have a Build-A-Bear up here because, I discussed the way things go.
Yeah.
But they've got a new store that they're starting, I think, up in Bangor. It's called Build an Economy. Thank you.
Break your phone.
Very much.
$1 a year?
Yeah,
One of those $1 a year guys?
$1 a year.
And so people were upset because they could not satisfy the demand. They ended up having to give out vouchers because they ran out of, I guess, and there's nothing sadder than when you see Build-A-Bear and they hand you the unstuffed bear at the beginning. It really does look like a pelt. Like something that has been murdered and skinned. But they handed out vouchers instead.
That place.
But people are not happy.
This is crazy. This is a crazy event.
You better call somebody real fast. Because we're about to have a
F
Because there's
you,
people that been out
lady.
here for 7 hours.
Yeah, you
and
idiot.
they want to get in for their babies.
I want to get them for my babies.
People are... Does anybody see it, what we are? This is what we are. That is what people care about.
Yep, you're right.
That's the level of passion. These are people, they don't care about anything other than retail therapy. That's what... Play that again. Listen to the level
This is
of
crazy. This is a crazy
passion.
That's right.
You better call somebody real fast. Because we're about to have a problem out here. Because there's people that been out here for 7 hours. And that want to get in for their babies.
Right.
If you have 7 hours to wait for a $4 bear,
$4 bear.
You're a bag of water.
Well, I would say your
seriously.
life is too good. Your life is too good.
Now here's another person that I admire. Not
Yes.
just the lady
When I
waiting
was
in
in
line
the
for
joint,
bear. Yes.
let me just remind you.
Right.
When I did my time,
Sing, sing.
I pay my price.
You said that. If you got 7 hours, I'm looking. He's got to be right. Look at him.
He's
got
not
to be
a joke.
right. Take a look at him. He means what he said.
I
What
would
do you-
make
you got better
license
than-
plates.
All right, so
for model cars.
You'd be working in the library. So here's another charming woman. She's Canadian. She won the lottery. She won about $1.2 million.
Okay.
And for good luck, she had her nephew. I don't understand this part of the story, but it's key. For good luck, she had her nephew sign the ticket. So when she presented the ticket to get it paid, they gave him half because his signature was on the ticket.
Oh, my God.
So this is at the actual press conference with the big check. She starts going on about how she's going to sue her nephew.
I said split. I said split with the 50-50. Not with no JCAs. I'm taking them to court. I'm getting my lawyer tomorrow. No, we did not. You know what agreement we had? Ricky Reddy wants to buy a truck. That's what it is.
You keep my name in your milk. I'll tell you right now.
You and Tyrone's ticket?
I put his name on the ticket for good luck.
Why did you do that?
Because he's like a son to me. He was.
You put on a name for good luck, you say?
Yeah.
Obviously, he was lucky then.
Yeah, he was lucky. But not for $500,000.
You don't think he deserves it?
No, I don't think so.
The thing that I love about that is
Neither
all the
do you old cow. You won a $500,000. What's wrong with
The
people?
thing I love
Really?
about that is if you peel back one layer, all those reporters are there for the obligatory feel-good, smile, hold up the big check story, and they got this lady yelling about how she hates this kid. Her nephew that's like her son.
This is the People Are Wonderful audio vault, ladies and gentlemen. Wow.
Have you been watching the new season of Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee?
Nah, I don't pay much attention. I don't like Jerry Seinfeld.
I do like that show.
There's
I
a
don't watch
couple
every
that are.
show, but I
There's
do
been a
like
couple that have been real good, and I think I do what most people do. I watch the ones that have guests that I like.
Yes.
Like Jerry Lewis was on, and it was very, very
Chappelle
good.
or-
It was great.
yes.
But he was on this season. He was talking to Tracy Morgan, and Jerry. You're right, Mike. He's a little prickly. And now he's bitching about comedians with Tracy Morgan and talking about how he doesn't like modern comedians.
See, now the young people today, and I don't want to get into this attitude, but I'm going to. We're not interested in amusing anecdotes from your journal, okay? So you went to the doctor and there was some confusion. I don't care. Make something up. Make the pipe talk. Now I'm into it. Don't just tell me you're a crack addict. That's not funny. If the pipe is talking, now we've got something.
Which didn't make a lot of sense until I realized he was referencing a certain Richard Pryor bit. And here I was able to isolate that. So here's Richard Pryor.
Rob. This is cool. Okay, you got the Pryor pipe thing?
Talking about the talking crack pipe.
I fell in love with this pipe.
The greatest of all time.
Controlled my very being. Don't answer the phone. We have smoking to do.
He holds the pipe up.
All the pipe is talking about, now come on. Don't put me down anywhere where I might fall. Because it's 2 in the morning and it's hard to get one of me.
Always remember that at 2 in the morning, it's hard to get a crack pipe.
Got to agree with Seinfeld on that.
That is your Magic Audio Vault. Have a great weekend, everybody.
There we go. Oh, a little loud. Sorry. Thank you.
That's right. You slammed it.
That's it. All right, everybody. That's it. Thanks for joining us for another episode. Oscar, well done. You look great.
You
to
do.
be honest
Thank
with you.
you.
I mean,
I'm used to it now.
It'll be fun.
Remember,
if you have a message for our Tuesday
subscribe and buy the bonus show, or else.
Oh, yes. Please subscribe, or this man will have to come and see you personally.
That's right.
All right?
We'll call on you.
He's a badass. Can you look right in the camera and just give your badass look and say whatever you want?
Find a card, a tarot card with a spider on it.
What does that even mean?
I'm coming for you.
Sounded good. That's it. Remember, voting, the engine of freedom and democracy, requires your participation. Please remember to register and vote. It really does matter. For Rob Spiewak and Oscar Santana, the badass Oscar Santana, this is Mike O'Mara inviting you to join us for the best part of your day, The Mike O'Mara Show. So long, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Before you go, please make a mental note. Today's show was made possible by the TMOS bonus packages. You can secure yours right now by going to MikeO'MaraShow.com and clicking on the red bonus banner. Buy it or give it. Either way, you're helping out TMOS, and that's a good thing. Thank you, and go in peace.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.